We got some news on the AQ World Unity update, and this is coming along pretty nicely with some very interesting news. So, first of all, they talked about here, this is the latest development update thing, talking about the cross-platform rebuild of the MMO AQ Worlds, where you will be allowed to log into your character and equip your well-earned items. I need to point out, it doesn't talk about you having your levels, you having your classes, you having all these other things. It doesn't mention your ranks, your levels, etc. It only talks about your items. Now, I'm assuming that would also include your pets, but from what I understand, this is a fresh restart of your character, but with all of the items you've earned. It says the pressure is on to have a fully playable demo ready for the public to look at for their convention, which is coming in March. They have a couple conventions, and it says one thing that he's going to be working on, Artix is going to be working on a trailer this week, which is a big problem because they only have 2 working places at the moment. So it's going to be interesting to see how they come up with that. Top things in development. So the biggest thing in development is the new dev tool. This is what they're going to be using for placing and naming the monsters and the NPCs, which is going to be much faster than the way that they currently build AQ Worlds. And they said if you are also following the progress of the game's 3D sister, AQ 3D, then you may know we are building slightly more advanced versions of the same tools for the exact same reason. So this is going to be really, really nice. It's definitely going to speed up development when it comes to AQ 2D. So down here they talk about some of the chronological order of updates starting from the last week of January, going over some of the things that they've been working on. So Wednesdays they do content and UI, Thursdays they do combat, server, engine, and code. And then they go over some of the things that they need to improve on or adjust. Create leaf particles. That is cool. That's what I mean. There's going to be a lot of really nice animation things in here. They've already talked previously about having snow and rain and stuff. So having leaf particles, like in autumn, you could have leaves coming off the trees and stuff. Like it's going to be way better than the current AQ Worlds. So the black bars on the top and the bottom of the APOP extend further now to stop the user from seeing past them while scaling the window. So scaling is another thing. They have to scale it to a certain size. They also talked about that in previous ones. Bunch of compatibility things they have to fix. So a lot of stuff. I won't go over everything because there's so much stuff that goes in depth. Happy February. So that was the ending of January and then into February. So he's been working on the particle system, which now has a toggle on and off. And map devs should add particle containers above their particle systems. So this will be nice because then you'll be able to disable particle things, possibly if it's too laggy for your device and stuff like that. Game crashing bug. I guess they were able to fix that. Map sorting layers added. So now the maps have a defined foreground, mid, background, and parallax layers. This is going to make it really nice. I've played games where there's 3 different layers. Even if you watch like certain animated shows, especially old animated shows, you'll see, the back is scrolling and then you've got the foreground scrolling at a slower pace and stuff. So that's going to be really interesting to see how that works. There are 7 in total, which will ensure objects render on screen in the right order. This includes particle systems. So that's going to be very interesting. Bunch of other fixes here. Yoromi is working on the reloading map and fixing the map. Tunic has got a bunch of different stuff, including the HUD can sometimes appear while in APOPs, and a bunch of other things that he's working on for the HUD thing. Artix and J6 hogged the Battlon map and would not share. He Z-ordered the fountain and added the Demo statue. Cool. We are going to use a particle system for the fountain's water. Whoa, that's going to look really cool. Removed the arrows form the map. Do you mean from the map? So we can add them from the engine. Talking about their first convention that is going to be coming up, PAX East, We need the game running between a phone, tablet, and a few computers. We'll have power, but we might not have internet or rely on internet. So they're thinking about building a private server for AQ World Unity. And this would be interesting. It makes sense actually to have to do that, having just a privately run thing, especially if they're not going to have internet or very low internet. So that'd be a very good thing. People would still be able to check out the game and play with the other people in that area. Remove made with Unity loading screen. Just now? Really? Wow. A Facebook login. Spacebar needs to jump. This is huge. We've never had a jump in AQ Worlds. Having a jump in AQ Worlds would be amazing. It's actually, if you guys have ever played MapleStory, it kind of reminds me of that a little bit. So it'll be interesting. Add jump or joystick support. And this is something that they can't implement before the conventions. So they're going to be doing the basic movement and interaction only, which will allow you to loosely play on Steam Deck with a controller. So that's going to be interesting once they get that going. You'll be able to actually play the game on a controller. That's going to be crazy. Remove the slider for notification pop-ups. Just make it pop up. Oh, because slide in. Oh, because it would slide in when it would notify. So I guess they're going to remove that. Need a cell thing. Move youngers into the right so you can see the sign. Really? Big feature. We want to add the same feature that Spider helped build for AQ3D into AQ2D. The feature, it's interesting how we have so many different names for this one game. AQ World Unity, AQ World U, AQ World Mobile, AQ2D. There's so many. The feature would allow the team to dynamically create and save monsters and NPCs to spawn for the game itself. Yoromi said it's partially working. The goal is to get it working by tomorrow. Then we will remove all the manually placed spawn pads from dyslexic artists, from the town of Babylon and spawn them using a / command. So then on the 8th of February, Yoromi has most the dev spawns and store in the database commands are now in, and then they go through some of them here. The bug direction, main spawn stuff, a map reload is sent after everything. Okay, Tunic is working on the UI things, kind of tweaking that up. Warlick is working on the basic joystick control, and it says that the basic control is now working and jump has been added. We can jump in AQ World Unity. That's going to be insane. You can walk and jump at the same time. So I'm really looking forward to checking that out. Need to fix the cape animation so it does not show a weird frame when you jump. Need to reset values when you, and then that's it. That's funny. Layer cleanup. Spider's new head importer is in and works. Oh, now this is something interesting. You can have a helm with color customization now. They've got the color customization working for helms. It is similar to the armor importer, which means importing things is still somewhat manual, but the tools will increase the speed of masking. Need to make an auto importer. Wow, that's going to be interesting. So now they're starting work on an iOS build, creating the asset bundles, client able to build in the whatchamacallit thing. At the point where we are ready to put it on the phone, we just need to do all the provisioning stuff. So PC and Android builds are working. Tunic, Diagon, J6 and I are having a meeting, that's Artix, having a meeting to standardize the user interface elements. Tunic pointed out that after so many hands being in it, we ended up with quite a few number of different fonts and styles. We want to polish it with a uniform and consistent style that reflects the old game but is also modern. So that is the progression in AQ2D, and wowzers, it is really coming along nicely. What do you guys think? Are you looking forward to checking this out? Let me know in the comments below. That is it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and keep those swords swinging.